Adrenaline forward Diana Glass and the lady in the D, Jess. The weekend, you'd have to be pretty happy overall with the weekend.
Yeah, we came out with 4 points, which is better than Melbourne, so we're happy with that.
Yep.
Exactly.
Now, both games, game 1 and 2,
yep.
Great starts. First periods, you dominated.
Yeah, came out hard.
Got the pucks in the back of the net. Melbourne in both games then came out after the second and seemed to kick into gear and seemed to pretty well control both games from the second and third periods. Is that something that's a concern?
Oh, for any team, second period's always a concern. Because usually, if you come out the first period, you come out full on, come out 100%. Second period, you've then got to maintain that intensity, which is a hard thing to maintain. Yep. Coming out just as hard for the second, and then you got to redo it again the third. So it's really hard to maintain. And for Melbourne, they wanted it, so they were the ones that stepped up for it. Yeah. So we just had to shut them down whenever we had the chance. Yeah,
and also the Sunday games in the morning also would make that a bit harder for the second
personally,
game.
I prefer Sunday morning games. I don't like afternoon games at all. So I prefer to get up, get it all done with, fresh, energetic, no problem. So yeah.
Yep.
But like yesterday, we had 2 penalties in 2 minutes, and Melbourne just capitalised. That was their second period. They just took advantage of our mistakes. They scored 2 goals in 2 minutes, so that was our mistake. That was our fault. We had to come back from that one.
And that was probably the difference today. Stayed out of the penalty box. Only that one penalty late in that third period.
Yeah, but we still managed to hold it off, which is what we wanted to do. That was the aim of the game.
Yeah. And once again, Jess, that defensive team just steps right up, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, we train hard every training, so we get our forwards to go against, so we've got a lot of hard work to go against in every training, so and it helps us all the time, so you know it just helps.
Yeah, and you'd have to be very happy with your efforts in particular this weekend, particularly in game 1, and Holly Bolton had an outstanding weekend out of defence.
Yeah, she always plays amazingly. It's great to play alongside her. She just does great all the time. So she always puts in 100% effort, which really helps all the time. So.
And Sari Lehman in the first game on Saturday had a big influence back there as well.
Yeah, she's pretty much a machine. She just keeps going. It's amazing. You know, a short break and then she's back on and going 110 as well. Just keeps going.
And speaking of machines,
Don't know what you're talking about.
Game 1, you were just sensational. Like you're an absolute tower on the ice, and but you've got the speed and you've got that physical presence to go with it. Where in game against Brisbane, I wrote you up for your poise and your awareness. But this weekend, you really added a physical aspect to that game, and particularly in front of goal was where you really showed that physical presence. Yeah,
well, someone's in front of my goal there, I'm not letting them stand there. That's our area, it's our goalie's net. They don't have the right, and they did the same thing. You expect it from them as well. Like today, Taylor was knocked on her bum because she's staring in the net. It's what you do. No one is allowed in front of your goalie. You do anything to protect your goalie. That's what it is.
Yeah. Is that something? Was that something this weekend? Was something that you thought more of bringing into the game, or?
No, it's just like I've played men's hockey like my whole life. I only play with women once a year whenever I do this, but so just physical hockey is always what I've played. I've always had to stand up and hold my own against guys and stuff, and like I always tell myself when I'm out there, I want to be the first to the puck. I want to be in there, so I do whatever I can just to get that puck and get out of there. And if start playing a little bit, the body's going to do it, then that's what's going to do it.
Yeah. That goal that was disallowed in the second period in game 1. Now, look, that's a little bit controversial.
Yeah.
Did that have a big effect on the momentum of you guys? Because that seemed to.
It did, but it didn't, because like we got it like, oh yeah, we're tired at games, you know, we've still got a couple minutes left, we can bring this back, and then they disallowed it, which is like, oh no, like I knew I was offside, and I got there and I was like, oh, there's no whistle, okay, I'm clean there, like it's not offside. Called the goal, told the scores, everything was put up, and then it's like, no, not a goal. It's like, get your act together. We had the puck down there for what, 15 seconds, we made a couple of passes, then took a shot, we cheered, everything happened, and then you called it off. Like, but refs have to start getting the act together for that one. But you know, I guess it just made us, it pushed us more. We wanted to start the game, we wanted it more after that. We had another goal in the first period that was disallowed, Gabby's first goal of the Adrenaline season, so you know, we were pushing for it. We wanted it so bad. The refs are going to take it from us. We were going to get it back again.
And those goals, I mean, do you think they were important in the context? Because both of those goals were at times where you guys were really, really dominating. And both goals were at times where if they were allowed, I think you guys would have just run away with it.
Yeah, that's the thing, like, if you get that upper edge, then you've got to keep rolling with it. If my goal if I wasn't offside, if it had counted, then I guess we would have just pushed harder to even get that one extra, you know, to go home with the full 3 points rather than go into a shootout. Like, that's the one thing that's worse about hockey is you go from being a full 5-on-5 team game to a 1-on-1 down the end, and that's what it terminates, which basically is just full-on crap.
Yeah.
There's no way a team sport should be taken into a 1-on-1 game.
Yeah, yep.
Exactly.
So in 2 weeks in Melbourne,
Yeah.
facing the Ice again.
Yep.
What is there anything that you guys are going to focus more on for that weekend, being away from Theberton and also with the bigger,
It's just taking advantage of the bigger ice, because their ice is a good extra 3-4 metres bigger now. So just taking advantage of that, we can basically run all our same plays, do everything the same, but just take advantage of the bigger area. You know, use your more space, make better plays.
Yes. And you
create more speed, just
gives
make
us
everything
more
better.
time as Ds as well.
Yes.
That extra space, so we can use it.
Yep.
So.
All right.
Obviously, Melbourne's going to come out hard in their home ice and their home crowd, so we sort of do it today and just go out 110, give it back to them. Don't let them get that upper edge.
All right, excellent. Well, it's a great start to the season.
Yeah.
It's a fresh start, new name, new look, and just a fantastic start.
Yeah, it's good.
So, all right, all the best for 2 weeks.
No worries, thanks
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you. Okay, here with Lucy and Shay from the Melbourne Ice. Ladies, your thoughts on the weekend? How do you feel? What do you think?
It's, I feel we started off extremely well. The intensity's there. We really set the pace. Coming from Adelaide are a really strong team, and we skated on par. It's a good start to the season.
Yeah, you guys were really your first period. Adelaide in both games really dominated. Put the pucks in the net in the first period. Is that a concern for you guys at the moment? Because from the second period onwards, you guys really seem to kick into gear and start to dominate over a lot of the areas of the ice. Is that first period a little bit of a worry at the moment, letting a side get a jump?
Yeah, I think we spoke about that straight away after the game today, and basically we've decided that we need to tune on a little bit more. We seem to get the ball rolling after the first period, but yeah, we really need to sort of key in at the beginning of the game a little bit better and focus more during our warm-up so that we're better prepared because yeah, we played a lot better in the second and the third in both games. So
yeah, and particularly in the second in both games, you're pretty well dominated. But game two, just without putting the puck in the back of the net, is that a lot of your drive seems to come from your D, and from this weekend in particular from Nicole Tritter. Does she need more support?
yeah, you can talk.
I suppose, yeah, she does need more support, but the thing is, we do play well as a team, and Nicole is amazing, and she, coming from the back, can drive straight into the net, and we just have to kind of follow her through and help her out. But as a team as a whole, I think we're all strong in different aspects.
I think you and Adrenaline both seem to be very even across the board and very strong all through, and in every zone in the ice. In 2 weeks' time, with Adrenaline at home, what is going to be your focus, and what are you going to take out of this weekend?
Honestly, I think the game's going to be completely different. It's a bigger ice surface. We're used to playing at home. The boards are different, and the ice surface is sort of slightly different. I think, although the ice is very good here, our ice feels a little bit more solid, but it might just be what we're used to. I think playing in front of a home crowd will bring a different aspect to it. You know, it always sort of pumps you up to be able to go out there in front of people that you know who are watching you, and it sort of lifts you to that extra level. We're also missing a couple of players, although Adrenaline are as well. So I think with those 4 additional players, so 2 on either team, it's going to change the game dynamics completely. in saying that, hopefully for us at least, we can get our focus in the beginning of the game and thereby coming out strong from the go, from the start.
Yeah, and so obviously that's the key, better start. And is there any particular area where that start has to come from?
From the team, really. Like, it's mental preparation straight from the start, from the word go, before we even actually jump on the ice.
Yep.
It comes from ourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, mentally we're going to be a lot more prepared because it is our home. It is a lot bigger ice. We're used to skating. We've got the legs, whereas coming here, I skate, I'm off the other side already, and that's an advantage. But we just need to use that advantage.
Yeah. So you'll definitely be looking forward to being home because 2 weekends away in Newcastle and Adelaide, and probably for you guys, probably in different results you'd obviously like to be a lot better. So you'll be really looking forward to getting back home.
Yeah, I think so. I think that the main reason why
we are home.
The main reason why I'm looking to play both games at home is our second game's at 3:15, so it's not like a 10 a.m. game. Everybody gets to recover a little bit better. So that's one good thing about playing both home games. Also, you don't have to travel, so you're not waking up as early on the Saturday. It means that both Saturday and Sunday's games you're better recovered. You're more
get a better night's sleep because you're at home.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the other thing I was going to bring up. The Saturday afternoon games to the Sunday morning games is that must take its toll on you guys. And okay, even though you've spent the night here, it still must take its toll because I think both camps started to look a bit tired through that second period today. Is that something that you would definitely like to see change to have a more consistent Sunday afternoon game across the country?
It would be nice, but just depends on if we can gain enough sponsorship to be able to get more, like one more ice time in the afternoons.
Yep.
And if the rinks are willing up to give that ice time, and also the flights back home, like just depends on travelling.
Yeah.
And how much time people can take off work. It'd be nice for us to actually go back tomorrow. A few of us are, but some of the players have to get back to tonight.
Yep.
The early game has to happen, but it's actually better at 10 o'clock than 8 o'clock last year. Last year was like 8, so 10 was a nice enough.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for chatting. And all the best for 2 weeks' time back in Melbourne.
Thank you.
And all the best for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, no worries.